It's time for our daily dose of Cope, and we have Eli Trunkston at the news anchor's desk, filling in for the Leopards News Network. Let's go ahead and jump right into some of these stories. Gays for Trump, just like the MAGAtinos or the Arab and Muslim MAGA, is all perplexing to me, but we're going to talk about Gays for Trump. They're upset that the Trump administration is getting rid of this LGBTQ self-deletion prevention hotline. So this person right here, Gays for Trump, says if this is true, this is a stupid decision that needs to be reconsidered. I don't know why he would think that the Trump administration would reconsider this, considering MAGA is anti-gay, but the fact that there's Gays for Trump is already perplexing, so they might actually think that a tweet would help. I don't know. Gays for Trump continues with, gay and lesbian youth face a certain set of challenges that they just want to be sure the person on the other end understands without threat of ridicule or judgment, and most of all, understanding of our special needs. The log cabin Republicans have been around for a while, and they put out this letter saying, a message from the president of the log cabin Republicans, saying, friends, from all of us on the board, we hope that you're having a great Pride Month this June. This is a great time to reflect on how far we've come as a community in securing the blessings of liberty, and to remind ourselves how fortunate we are to live in a free country. It's also a good time to remind everyone that President Donald Trump has been the most pro-gay Republican president in history. He has been the most pro-gay. What? And here's the article with this headline. The Trump administration shutting down the LGBT youth self-deletion hotline. The Trump administration is ending the hotline for young people who identify as LGBT next month. The 988 Crisis Lifeline will terminate, and basically, you're on your own after July 17th. Well, they can obviously still call the regular hotline, but they will not be specifically trained for the LGBTQ community. Now let's talk about how the Trump administration is trying to sell public lands to private firms or private people. So this is the headline. They voted red in California. Now the land they love is in danger. Now, what is this talking about? Well, Justine Bateman, an actress, says, POTUS, real Donald Trump, J.D. Vance, I am begging you to not sell this federal land. These 250 million acres are irreplaceable American wilderness, the heart and spirit of this country. Please, please reconsider this irreversible, damaging decision. And to that, Tyler said, we tried to warn you. We told you about Project 2025. Selling off federal land was a big part of Project 2025. Why didn't you listen to us? And I do want to highlight that Justine Bateman is a MAGA supporter. This headline says Justine Bateman feels like she can breathe again in a new era after Trump win. So this is what she's all about. Let's go MAGA. Let's go Trump. The funniest part to me is that Justine Bateman actually tags Melatonin Trump and the FLOTUS account, saying, I hope you can please keep these precious American federal lands protected, as if melanoma actually cares about the wilderness. And as Melatonin, if she can reconsider as well. So you got other people tagging Melatonin and the FLOTUS account as well. I know that these red states are going to feel all of these federal funds being pulled, these grants being rolled back, all of this money being taken away, because the Biden administration, they had put out all of these infrastructure projects. And infrastructure, this fiber internet expansion, that's part of infrastructure. They really were trying to get internet out to rural America. Rural America equals red America. Let's look at this headline. Trump administration halts fiber internet expansion in Louisiana. Louisiana is where MAGA Mike Johnson is, the Speaker of the House. Whew, these people are going to be SOL. Many rural Louisianans who were promised access to fiber internet may be SOL, out of luck. Recent changes to the Federal Broadband Equity Access and Deployment Program, originally set to grant Louisiana $1.3 billion for fiber expansion, will reverse the Biden administration's fiber first approach, and with it, the fiber expansion as planned in rural Louisiana that voted for Trump, and now they are not going to get access to this fiber internet. Louisiana was set to start dispersing the grant funds this year through the Gumbo 2.0 program as the first state to get its BEAD deployment plan approved by the federal government. However, U.S. Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick's revamped guidance announced last week has stripped the federal approval, setting Louisiana back several steps from a plan to connect the whole state. Fiber providers across the state, who just months ago said they could start laying fiber within weeks if they got the green light, will now also have to compete again for their sub-grants and what the federal government is calling a benefit of the bargain round. This is a part of a rollback of the fiber-focused program that Lutnick says will be more efficient, save money, and make federal funding available to a wider variety of connectivity options. For instance, satellite internet, not just fiber. Satellite internet, is that Starlink? Is that Elon Musk internet? I don't know. The Commerce Secretary has long been critical of the project, which failed to award funds in its first 3 years, but the cancellation of the 3 states' federal final approvals under Lutnick has further delayed the first deployments. The Department of Commerce's National Telecommunications and Information Administration has given the states 90 days to comply with the guidelines, including moving away from fiber deployment, where cheaper and less reliable satellite internet can be used to curb what Lutnick called wasteful spending. Dang, that's wild. So the Trump administration just came and just reversed everything because Biden has set it up. Now these people have to wait longer. Farmers overwhelmingly went for Trump. Texas also went for Trump. And now Texas farmers are having issues getting people to come to work. Texas farmers hit hard as migrant workers avoid ICE. Farmers in Texas' Rio Grande Valley say they are feeling the pinch of workers failing to show up due to the ongoing U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement raids. This farmer right here, Nick Billman of Donna, told Nexstar's KVEO that the raids are keeping employees from coming to work, leaving farmers without any help. He said things started getting worse just weeks ago. I would say within the last 3 weeks, it started to slow, but this last week has been huge. That is when it has been 0 people wanting to come out and be exposed, to be able to be picked up, whether they are legal or illegal. However, there is some optimism as Trump acknowledged that his immigration policies are affecting U.S. farmers, prompting him to say he's considering an executive order to help farmers stay afloat. Last week, the Trump administration directed immigration officers to pause arrests at farms, restaurants, and hotels, an official confirmed. But then he's flip-flopped, and now it's like, let's keep on arresting folks. So these people probably really don't know what to do. This, as Billman reported, having 0 workers on his farm for the past week. 100% don't want to come out of fear of being picked up, even if they are doing it the right way, Billman said. 0 people showed up to work. Billman was left alone cleaning up debris from a storm that moved through on Thursday. While the storm debris cleanup is easy, Billman told KVEO that he believes the country's food supply could be impacted if the pressure on farms continues. Listen to this part right here. It could be to the point where we lose our planting as in the seeds that go into the ground right now for the next season, y'all. They are going to have an issue planting food that we're going to need next season. Let's finish this sentence. It could be to the point where we lose our planting and having the ground ready. And even then, why plant if we cannot even harvest? My family and I can harvest by hand ourselves, but the amount we need in order to cover the cost of growing, we have to have much broader personnel than just family hands-on. We're going to have food shortages, and if people really don't understand what getting rid of all of the labor entails, we're going to see it the next season if they keep on running out the migrant workers. Billman explained that migrants help maintain and prepare the land for planting, taking on some of the heaviest work. ICE raids have farmers like him worried as well because they do not want to get in trouble because of who they hire. So these people know that they are hiring undocumented folks, but they're not the ones getting in trouble. They're not the ones being detained. The brown people are the ones. Misinformation spreads a lot quicker than the information to correct that misinformation. Worldstar Hip Hop started this lie, and I'm sure they have access to Google just like I do. They said Janet Correa, the same woman who went viral for singing that I Will Vote song, they said that her husband got detained and deported. That is an outright lie. These are two different women. This is Janet Correa, and this woman's name is Anna. This is the information on the Cuban ban. The woman's name is Ana Paez. The name Ana Paez is not Janet Correa. These are two different women. And the reason why I did not feature this woman whose husband got deported is because I wasn't sure if she was a Trump supporter. And when I do my Leopards Are Feasting videos, I am only highlighting the people that are getting what they voted for, not random people that are having their families torn apart. So I've seen this going viral. I've tried to correct it, but y'all need to know that these are two different women and two different names and everything. I don't know if this woman is a Trump supporter. I do know that Ana Paez is a Trump supporter.
Blacks! Back to work. Juneteenth is over. Bigly. Bigly, it's over. It's one day. It's all you get. I said, if you give these blacks an inch, they'll turn it into a 30-inch bust down and have it freaked out by the weekend. Don't do it. Bigly, I said, don't do it. They did it anyway. No one asked me my opinion. That's where we always get into trouble. Juneteenth! Blacks! Blacks! Yesterday was Juneteenth and I saw so much blackness, I thought I was at the Essence Festival. Bigly. I saw so much blackness, I thought I was passed out after one of those Epstein parties. Bigly. Bigly, it was super black, blackety, black, black. I don't like that. I don't like it. None of you came to my parade, but you all had time for the cookout yesterday. I thought that was extremely interesting. Juneteenth, back to work, blacks to work. Bigly. Blacks! You love to celebrate, you love to have a good time, you love to turn up and key. Hopefully you're back at work today. Ever since we started paying you guys for your labor, it seems like you've gotten lazier and lazier. You used to do it for free. You used to work for free. What happened to the good old days? Make America great again. That's what we like to do. Italy. Hopefully you're back at work today, doing one of those black jobs and one of those, the whole world's gearing up for World War III and you guys are still asking where those fans are at. Get the freaking fans and sit down somewhere. Get one of those Martin Luther King church fans and sit the fuck down. Seriously, this is serious. This is a serious matter. People are bombing the shit out of shit, and you guys are doing line dances and taking over country music like there's no tomorrow. There might not be tomorrow. There might not be tomorrow. Bigly. I didn't sign up to be the Sultan of World War III. But I'll tell you what, I'll do it better. I'll do it better than anyone's ever done it. This will be the best World War III that this world has ever encountered. With me at the helm. I learned helm this week. With me at the helm. I like it. Helm. The way that it. I like that. I like that bigly. World War III, the World Wide Web, wide blonde wig, Lakers in 5. Bigly. And we ain't beefing about no Israel. We want the racks. Bigly. We want the racks. Ask Keith Lee about it. It's a bigly thing that's happening right now. We want the racks and not Iraq. Not Chirac. We want those racks. How do you do it, Bigly?